Stranded on some strange world, Bop Louie and friends are trying to make their way back home to Ufouria. But of course everything doesn't go so well. Bop Louie's three friends are scattered throughout this hostile world and have a case of amnesia, so they consider you a threat. It's your job to knock some sense into these guys and find the three keys to open up a gate that will lead you back home. This is
Ufouria the Saga.
What is happening, gamers? This is Bradley here, and welcome back to another episode of Blast from the NintenPast, where I review retro Nintendo games. So today I'm going to be taking a look at an old NES game called Ufouria the Saga. It's a side-scrolling action-adventure game developed by Sunsoft, and it never actually released in North America back in the day, until it came to the Wii Virtual Console in 2010. But is this game any good? Let's find out.
Ufouria the Saga can be classified as a Metroid-style game that both focus on exploration through a fully connected map and feature power-ups you find so you can reach otherwise unreachable places. But you can consider it more of a Metroid Lite since it isn't as large scale, and I'm definitely fine with that. Instead of just playing as one character like Samus Aran, you get to switch between 4 characters at any point, and they kind of act like your power-ups in that they act different and have their own special moves. Plus, a couple of them have some pretty awesome names. These include Bop Louie, Freon Leon, Shades, and Gills. It's crucial that you switch between these characters, considering one can overcome an obstacle while another can't. Bop Louie can climb walls, Freon Leon can walk on ice and turn enemies into ice cubes, Shades can float down slowly from a high jump so you can clear larger gaps, and Gills can walk and swim underwater. But before you get to do the old switcheroo and play as the 4 different characters, you start off playing as just one of them, Bop Louie, who I'm guessing is a snowman type creature? I'm not exactly sure. But your first task in Ufouria is to find your 3 friends scattered around the world. And once you find them, you have to fight them, because as I stated before, they have that little thing called amnesia. The fights between these characters are all relatively the same. You basically just grab a rock type object and throw it at them a number of times. Nothing to it really. Now all 4 of these characters would be pretty bare-boned if there weren't any power-ups to find. Some of them are crucial for your exploration, but some are just for attacking. Now along the way through your journey, you will find a number of treasure chests littered throughout that hold helpful items. These include heart containers to give you more room for health, medicine to give you a big boost of health, and power rings to give you the location of the red, blue, and green keys. And that's your second objective, the keys. So once you find your trusty animal friends, you will need to find the 3 colored keys to open a locked gate in the temple so you can get back home to your lovely world of Ufouria. And every now and then you'll have to take on a boss who's guarding the power up or the keys, and they just have this Japanese vibe to them. You get to fight a kitty cat and this thing. He's kind of a troll. I mean, look at that face when I hit him. He thinks it's funny. But each boss fight was alright, nothing that really blows your mind, and some are relatively similar to each other. So what didn't I like about this game? Well, in the game you can jump on enemies' heads to smush them, but you don't just jump on them. You actually have to hold down on the D-pad while jumping on them to actually hurt them. Otherwise, you get hurt. And I really wasn't fond of that mechanic, and it's kind of just a nuisance. I don't see why they couldn't just allow you to hit their heads without any extra fluff added on. Now, I also wasn't fond of the controls while swimming in the water. Sure, it makes your character floaty like he's actually swimming, but he just changes directions really slowly. But a neat point though that I did like about the game was that the game gave you a sense of direction at a couple points so that you aren't completely lost. A couple times an arrow would appear on screen that points you in the right direction to go, which is nice so you aren't wandering aimlessly around not knowing where to go. You'll be journeying through grassy landscapes, icy caverns, a mine, jumping through trees, and even walking on the clouds. But the pixel art is not the greatest. The landscapes are all pretty plain, besides the tree area and the final boss looking alright. But I do love the way the characters look. They just look so derpy it makes them cute. Duh! Who's a cute little froggy? You are. You are. Oh, and they also have some of the sweetest crawling animations I have ever seen. Just look at that. Plus, you gotta love this boss's face. Now, on the other hand, the music is actually pretty well done. The music doesn't get annoying, which is definitely a good thing, and the boss music has that heavier upbeat sound that screams bossy. But I did notice that the song that plays during the mine area felt somewhat out of place. It felt too Egyptian-y for where you actually were. Overall, Ufouria the Saga was a somewhat fun game. It wasn't too large scale to make my head hurt, and I didn't have to walk around aimlessly too much, which is a plus. There are a couple gripes here and there, like the whole jumping on enemy heads thing, but I still enjoyed the game to a certain degree. So thegamingpixelshow.com is awarding Ufouria the Saga a 4 out of 5.
But that will wrap up another episode of Blast from the NintenPast. If you like what you saw, please give it a thumbs up. You can stay tuned for more episodes in this series. I think my next episode is going to be a review for Earthbound, so I guess you can look forward to that sometime in the future. But we also have Pikmin 3 and Mario & Luigi Dream Team right around the corner, so I'll be doing reviews for those. You can also stay tuned for my news segments, but I'll talk to you later in the next video, guys. Bye!